Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo, and welcome to my scrapbook table where I am now attempting to voice over this layout for the third time. So these are photos from a boat tour we took in Ponce Inlet, Florida. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. The papers are mostly, or maybe all, from Simple Stories, the Simple Vintage Seas collection. This is pretty much the last I have of this. In fact, the opposite side of this red background is a layout in and of itself because I didn't want the red paper to go to waste. I really like that. So I took the bird paper and I trimmed it down to 8.5 by 11. And I inked all of the edges with VersaFine Clear Morning Mist ink, which is usually what I use for inking edges. I have a 49 in Market film strip there that I added on the left. And I have too many pictures for one page, but I also had a 6 by 12, the back of one that I needed to cover. So I decided rather than do two 12 by 12s, I would do one page like that and then a 6 by 12 to finish the other side. I am at a crop and I thought I had found a quiet place to do this voiceover, and halfway through, a large group of people came by talking very excitedly about something, and so now I am sitting in a stairwell. I am hoping it's not too echoey. That card there at the top is from Graphic 45. I have a little bit of that, and while they aren't a perfect match, it works well for this layout. Originally I was going to go with white, and then I decided it's just too plain. And I don't know if I love what I did, but it turned out okay. Especially because most of it ended up covered with pictures anyway. So I have this stamp set from Close to My Heart. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. And I don't have it in front of me right now. But I inked it up with a blue ink. And here I'm just trying it out on this scrap paper that I stamp on sometimes when I'm away, and I like that. So I'm just leaving it on the carrier sheet rather than putting it on a block. I don't have a block big enough for all of the stamps, and I just kind of like the way it looked. So I'm doing some of this navy blue and some of a red cherry something, maybe, I'm not sure. It's a kind of a dark red. And so I just alternate. I do 1.5 blue, top and bottom opposite corners, and then 1.5 in the red. Well, guess not. I thought I did. I do all of the blue and then just half red top and bottom. And again, it's very bold because these are bright colors. But since I'm adding things on top, I like the little bit of pattern that peeks through and what that did for the plain white cardstock. Since the other side is so saturated with color, the plain white cardstock just seemed too stark to me. So these were taken in the summer of 2021. We had spent a week near Tampa visiting family in Lakeland and Wesley Chapel. And then we headed east and went to Ponce Inlet for a week and stayed at a condo on the ocean. We could hear the waves at night. It was just a wonderful, quiet week after a busy week. And we took a boat tour, as we often do when we're near the sea. Now, our boat tour is the boat in the bottom left. This is a yacht that we saw as we were on the boat tour. It was literally bigger than our house. If it's the one I'm remembering right, there was like a helicopter pad on the top of it. Yeah, it was something else. So we took a picture of that just for fun. We could see the Ponce Inlet Lighthouse, and we also saw dolphins a couple of times on this trip, so that was really fun. I decided not to mat the photos. I think they stand out nicely on the bird paper. It's a off-white with a little bit of gray and kind of taupe in it. So I think those stand out nicely there. I also, on the 6x12 page, I add a scrap of paper from that same Graphic 45 collection. Not really as a photo mat, but I just have them there together. And right now they're straight, but then I end up moving them and tilting them both a little bit. I've been tilting photos a lot lately. I kind of go in spurts. And then I decided these weren't spaced out exactly right. And I may go back in. There is a gap between the yacht photo and that Graphic 45 paper that I have at the bottom left of that white sheet. And that gap is bothering me. So I think I will probably go back in with some small stamp that I can fit in there to fill that gap. So this is just about done. I do go in and add some foam stickers from the Simple Stories set. One says "Sail Away with Me." One says "Ahoy." I add the bird and some seashells. You'll see an anchor in a moment. I put a few hearts on there. And this crab, because I didn't know where else I was going to use him. Since I am just about done. I believe these are the last photos from this vacation. It actually got tucked away in a big envelope with this paper and these photos. I must have taken them to a crop, and then when I came home I didn't finish it. That's the best I can figure. But now it's finished, and I'll go back and add those into that album. So there's a little bit of a few hearts I'm adding. I didn't do much journaling. There's a lot of journaling. I double checked in the album about this entire trip and where we stayed and why and that sort of thing. So I didn't feel like it needed much journaling. I just put, as usual, we took a local boat tour and we got to see some dolphins. That was so fun. I don't know where I got these white cardstock pieces with some black images on them. I didn't stamp them because I don't own this and they're too perfectly spaced and things to have been stamped. But I did add a few. I added a map on the right, on the left, and this, I have no idea what, I guess it's an anchor, maybe, on the left. And this is just about done. You'll see in a moment that my journaling pops up there, and there are some still shots coming in a moment. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching my video. If you liked it, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And I hope that you get to spend some time scrapbooking or crafting soon. Thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.